what Daniel's point being is Denny Hamlin, everybody got boxed in because of Harrison Burton coming in after they did. Not by fault of Burton, but it's just one of those racing things. And the heat, the extreme heat off the Denny Hamlin exhaust ignited the fuel on the ground and set the car on fire. I want to touch on what he said, too. He does not run the rear view mirror. That doesn't mean he doesn't have one. The teams have an option to run a regular standard rear view mirror in the cockpit, or a digital mirror, which is a camera on the back of the race car where they look back and have real-time digital screen inside the car as a mirror. They can run one or the other or both of them in there. Digital mirror. Suarez did not run the regular mirror, ran the digital one only, and he said he couldn't quite see everything that was going on. Rusty didn't realize how bad it really was.
Yeah, it's unreal that he only runs one mirror. I think you can run both if you want, but the mirror, the standard mirror that everybody's been running for a long time, mounts inside the car, and as a driver, when you look up, you look out the back window. But the digital camera doesn't mount there. It mounts in different locations that he can't look out the back window. So that's what got him confused. He couldn't see the fire. He just felt that's all he could do.
You know, we mentioned just a moment ago, Rusty, the Ross Chastain needed points coming out of Daytona. Another driver that needs every point he can get is Bubba Wallace off turn number 4 at Daytona. New race leader, it is Bubba Wallace on lap number 47. It is Bubba Wallace leading as he comes across the line over Chris Buescher, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and Austin Dillon. Time now for a mid-race update brought to you by Pfizer.
As we continue to run under the green flag, 47 laps complete of the scheduled 160 in the Coke Zero Sugar 400 here at Daytona. We've had 16 official lead changes at the start-finish line among 8 different drivers. Joey Logano's led the most laps tonight. He's led 19 circuits. Josh Berry has led 9. Michael McDowell and Todd Gilliland both have led 5 trips. We've been slowed by caution just one time tonight, and that was for the conclusion of stage number 1, in which Josh Berry got the stage win, his first of his career.
And that voice belongs to Alex Hayden. My name is Jeff Striegel, joined topside by NASCAR Hall of Famer Rusty Wallace in the turns tonight, and they have had their hands full. Mike Bagley on the end of the back straightaway, Dave Moody outside turn 2, Chris Wilner outside 4. On pit road, it is Steve Post, Brad Gilley, and Alan Cavana. Right now, we are working lap number 48, 49. Next time by, it was Chris Buescher and Bubba Wallace at the line. Brad Keselowski and Joey Logano, 3, 4. Chase Briscoe, 5. Ross Chastain running 6th in front of Austin Dillon. Daniel Hemrick is up to position number 8. He's running in front of Kyle Larson, and Josh Berry makes up the top 10. The Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona.
We want to welcome Al Rondon, the Director, Sports Marketing and Entertainment for Coca-Cola. Good evening. How are you tonight?
I'm excellent. Thank you. I'm honored and excited to be here. We are such a proud partner of NASCAR. We have been for 26 years. And I tell you, this tonight is magical. The weather,
drink your
the
Coke.
excitement, the energy with the fans.
Drink your Coke.
Thrilled.
You mentioned 26 years being a proud partner, and we can't thank you and your team enough for that. But give us some highlights from what's been going on this weekend and more broadly Coca-Cola's partnership with NASCAR.
Sure. Well, we love having an entitlement race. So putting Coke Zero Sugar on this historic and race at an iconic track is certainly an honor. We had the opportunity to sample our Coke Zero Sugar to all the hot and thirsty fans today. We had a lot of excitement. A lot of our partners, our Coca-Cola partners, like Raising Cane and Wawa in our footprint do also to engage with our fans. So we have a lot going on. Obviously, we had the Coke Zero Sugar primary paint scheme on the 99 car. Hated to see that car is out of the race, but trust me, it looked beautiful.
It did. It really did before the fire there on the back end of the car for Daniel Suarez. Now, what about Daniel that made you say, okay, you and your team at Coke Zero Sugar to say, Daniel Suarez, this is the driver, this is the team, this is the car we want to put Coke Zero Sugar on?
Daniel, he really serves as such a great ambassador, not only for this sport, but for all of our brands. And we have been with him along his journey. We're so proud to be with him during his 2 victories. And certainly we're going to cheer him on through the playoffs.
Absolutely. But unfortunately, with Daniel being on the sideline right now out of the race, do you have a favorite for the rest of this ring?
Listen, we love our Coca-Cola racing family, so asking me that is like asking me who my favorite child is. But I will tell you, I do like seeing the number 22 up front, and certainly we want to have that great momentum going into the playoffs.
That being Joey Logano, member of the Coca-Cola family of drivers. Al Rondon, Director of Sports Marketing and Entertainment for Coca-Cola, thank you again to you and your entire team for a perfect night to go racing.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely right. Coke Zero Sugar 400 right now going on at Daytona.
And your driver right now is running second. That's Joey Logano. He is running right behind Bubba Wallace, who leads him across the line. Busher by inches now, edging out Joey Logano for second. Logano goes third. Brad Keselowski fourth. Chase Briscoe is fifth. 52 laps complete in the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona.
To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a Shakespearean actor.
Oh, woe is me. Wherefore are thy claims help when I hast a fender bender?
Pardon the interruption, but when you file a claim with Geico, your claims team will be in touch right away.
But willest they forget about me later when thou needest updates?
No. They'll always be there to, helpeth you out.
Well, I suppose that I should bemoan something else, like my lactose intolerance. Oh, whyest must dairy disagree with me so savagely?
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
Kyle Larson brings his Chevy more tires to Sunoco Racing Fuel.
From fueling NASCAR champions on the track for over 20 years to innovating 94 octane, the highest octane on the market. Performance is what Sunoco does. All Sunoco fuel at the pump meets the same top-tier standards as the fuel used in NASCAR.
You stop here for Ryan Blaney, 4 tires with Sunoco fuel.
From the track to your tank, you can trust Sunoco to help your vehicle perform at its peak.
53 laps, 20 different lead changes right here at the start-finish line only. Bubba Wallace is out front of a couple of Ford Mustangs, Chris Buescher and Joey Logano racing side by side, then 2 more Ford Mustangs and Brad Keselowski and Austin Cindric. Back to the track we go when we come back from Daytona International Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Watkins Glen has always been that perfect blend of beauty and the beast. A blend of fast and not so fast. And this year, the playoffs come to the Glen. A perfect blend of drama and history. Of twists and turns. Of thrills and chills. A perfect racing experience for the whole family. NASCAR Playoffs weekend at Watkins Glen, September 11th through the 15th. Get your tickets now at theglen.com.
From tickets, parking, and travel, race weekends can be stressful. Let Racing Electronics make communication easy. With a scanner and Easy Talk intercom system rental from Racing Electronics, you can effortlessly talk over the noise of the race. Hear uncensored driver and crew communication from every team in the race or tune into the race broadcast with your favorite MRN announcers. To learn more, visit RacingElectronics.com today.
Just completed lap 55. We'll take you to lap 95 before we see the green and white checkered flag. By the way, a new name in the top 10. It's the Wood Brothers Ford Mustang, driven by Harrison Burton. He right now is running in position number 10 out front. And let's get you back to the track and racing around Daytona. It's Bubba Wallace, Buescher, Logano, Keselowski, Austin Cindric, top 5.
Bubba Wallace always so strong here at the World Center of Racing. He's come close to victory lane in the past. Hasn't been able to crack the code at least yet. He could use it and use it badly here tonight. But he's got to do some chasing right now. He's got them all in the rear view.
Single file and double wide racing. The first 3 wide action is led by Corey LaJoie on the bottom. It's up to a 3 wide battle for 12th. Up front, it's all Bubba Wallace and Joey Logano.
Bubba Wallace has made that Toyota 3 lanes wide the last 4 or 5 laps. He now goes to the top to protect from Joey Logano. That leaves the bottom side open from Chris Buescher. Buescher not enough help this time off 4.
2 wide behind race leader coming back to the line. Bubba Wallace continues to be the driver out front. Chris Buescher, Joey Logano side by side. Rest of the field double, and now 3 wide beginning to break out against the safer barrier.
Yeah, they've got a third lane beginning to energize up high. Gilliland was the first man. Now Joey Logano, Austin Cindric all slide up in front of him to shut off that advance off turn 2.
Now the front 4 have broken free. Now make that the front 3 have broken free of the rest of the pack. Led by Bubba Wallace. Right behind him, Chris Buescher. Here comes Brad Keselowski, and they stack up from Logano in 4th on back.
Yeah, because now the top 5 have moved to the top side of the racetrack, opening the door for Ross Chastain. Chastain, the first car down low, about 4th in the running order as Bubba Wallace leads the train off the top.
Last time by the start-finish line, the top 25 cars separated by less than 1 second. They're running nose to tail and 3 wide, led by Bubba Wallace back to the corner.
And a lot of those top 25 cars separated by less than a foot in terms of actual space. Outside line for the moment holds sway. Top 4 all run up there next to the safer barrier. First man down low is Ross Chastain.
He is digging hard coming out of turn number 2, bottom of the racetrack. Now he'll slide to the middle reaches of the racetrack. Halfway down the back straightaway, Ross Chastain will now fall into a side-by-side battle for 6.
Yeah, put the parachute on was Ross Chastain. He's going to now side draft Josh Berry for that position number 6. But now the bottom is going to open up, leaving Chastain caught in the middle.
He is, but he does have drafting help and plenty of it. A good 12.
Again, guys, if you haven't already, if you are new here to the channel and stream, please make sure to like up the stream. That way we can get more people recommended in here. And if you haven't already, if you want to, please subscribe. I am back streaming again all the races for the Cup Series. So, yeah, guys, again, just thank y'all so much for support and keep it up.
The front 6 are in single file formation at the top of the racetrack. First side-by-side battle. Oh, look out! Ross Chastain's in the wall. He'll get turned around.
Oh!
The pack is flying up.
Oh, shit.
The back straightaway. Ross Chastain is involved. You've got Christopher.
The big one.
Corey LaJoie. Noah Gragson. Denny Hamlin gets a piece of it. Martin Truex Jr., Eric Jones, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, all spinning down the back straightaway as trouble breaks out mid-pack on the Daytona Super Stretch.
And the caution flag comes out for only the 2nd time here tonight. It will wave on lap 59. Here's the one thing about Daytona. You heard from Dave Moody just a moment ago say they were racing just a foot apart from one another. 25 cars covered in a matter of 1 second. When somebody makes a mistake, Mike Bagley, it happens in a hurry, and it's usually big.
And it's costly right now. For some that didn't need it, those drivers in win to get in situations, Ross Chastain on the bubble coming in, he got collected in this. Right now, everybody has left the accident scene. That motor you hear behind me is Denny Hamlin, who is just trying to get that Toyota turned around, but he has got damage on the right front and the back. But all focus is at Corey LaJoie, who spun to the bottom of the racetrack. Safety crews are on the scene, and they tend to Corey. So Hamlin and LaJoie, the only 2 left over here on the back straightaway.
Well, that was a tough break there, especially for Ross Chastain that was trying to get all he can tonight, but the car is still rolling, and it's on the pit lane right now.
All right, we'll cover that stop. Alan,
Yeah, we're down. I was just looking at the damage down here. There was a lot of focus on the right side. Now they're back on the left side of Ross Chastain's car. They've got that saw out because they have the left front off. They're trying to assess the damage, and they're really just trying to make sure the tires are clear so they can buy themselves some time and get the car back out. But right now they're trying to pry everything away. They got a pry bar out there, really working on the left front. Got the bare bond out. They're just trying to assess everything at the moment, again, to try to buy themselves some time, come back around, and fix it even further.
The list of cars torn up is growing, and my list may be a little bit different than what Alex has. Martin Truex Jr., Eric Jones, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, Christopher Bell, Corey LaJoie, Noah Gragson, Denny Hamlin, Austin Hill, William Byron, Ty Gibbs, Ross Chastain, Ryan Preece.
Add Chase Elliott to it. He's on the pit lane in front of Steve Post.
Yeah, Chase Elliott, a lot of damage on the right side of the Napa car. We've got another fire. We've got Eric Jones' car right here at the end of pit road is on fire. Fire's coming out of the fuel filler. Fire's coming out from under the Family Dollar car as he sits here along the road. Now he gasses it up. That fire has gone out as he rolls onto the front stretch. So a second fire, Eric Jones, he might have even beat the pace car. How about that? What an accomplishment there. Back to the Chase Elliott car. A lot of damage on the right side, specifically the right front. Alan Gustafson and the crew brought him down. They took a look at it. They worked on it. They'll probably bring him down another time and again. Brad Gilly?
William Byron in for the second time. They came in, changed 4 tires, topped them off with Sunoco race fuel. They had to actually reattach the rear diffuser flap. It's down again the second time they come in. He's got a little bit of front end damage. Martin Truex Jr., much worse. He came in. I could actually see the right rear when he turned into his pit box. It wasn't pointed straight. It was actually pointed out. So it's going to be some bigger rear suspension issues for Martin Truex Jr.
Now, Denny Hamlin can't even get back to pit road. We got a lot to cover, a lot of stories to tell. After we take this break, we're under caution. The big one broke out on the back straightaway on lap number 61.
NASCAR fans, thinking about heading to the track? The official NASCAR Tracks app is the ultimate resource for planning and attending your next event. Discover tickets, event schedules, maps, and facility information to make your experience memorable. Get notified of the latest happenings right on your mobile device.
Ready, green flag, green flag.
New for 2024 is scanner access right from your phone.
Got a raise with my man.
Listen to driver and team communications while select NASCAR Tracks. Download NASCAR Tracks today on the Apple App Store or Google Play. NASCAR fans, the time is now to turn your love of racing into free tickets, merchandise, VIP experiences, and much, much more. Rack up fan rewards points by watching races at home, playing fantasy, completing challenges, and visiting tracks. Then redeem your points for epic prizes. You are in the driver's seat. What are you waiting for? Sign up for the free NASCAR Fan Rewards loyalty program today at NASCAR.com/fanrewards.
Not involved in your top 5 at the moment. Bubba Wallace, Chris Buescher, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Austin Cindric. That's your top 5. A number of cars were involved. We'll reset it when we come back from Daytona International Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Hey race fans, Quarter of the Joy here. Join Ryan Flores and myself for Stacking Pennies every week. I'll break down my race and everything that happened on the track right out of my windshield.
Plus, we give out the dogs of the week for the best pit crews and pit crew guys and go in depth for all the money stops, pit road woes, and penalties.
You know what? You never know what guests are going to stop by the Nonsense Garage, but you can listen to Stacking Pennies every week on your favorite podcast platform, Sirius XM Channel 90 on Tuesdays, and the full YouTube version drops on NASCAR Channel on Wednesdays.
We're at the start-finish line.
William Byron on pole position. Green flag is out and we're racing.
We're in the turn.
Here to the inside comes Kyle Larson. He and Hamlin bump.
We're on pit road.
4 tires Sunoco racing fuel. The race up from pit road is Denny Hamlin. Eric Jones goes off.
We are live from the track. The Motor Racing Network, your home for NASCAR racing. Don't miss a lap, pit stop, or side-by-side race for the win. Listen to all the play-by-play action on your local radio station at MRN or NASCAR.com.
Chase Elliott is taking the Napa Chevrolet straight to the garage. We'll recap the cars involved in a moment. A number of cars still sit on the back straightaway. Mike Bagley among them, a couple of heavy hitters.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin, number 1, has had a devil of a time trying to get that FedEx Toyota moving. He did everything possible. They tried to push him, but he was unable to move. He has climbed from his Toyota. He is in the ambulance. He is headed to the infield care center. Corey LaJoie is still in his car, and they are towing him back to the pits. And now, one other, Noah Gregson's car has obviously been removed as well. That came to rest over in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Outside of that, we are almost buttoned up and ready to go over here at the end of the backstretch.
Pit lane is open. Joey Logano, Todd Gilliland top it off with Sunoco fuel. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Harrison Burton do the same. Steve Post.
Brad Keselowski's in. This is going to be a fuel-only stop. Fuel-only. Chris Buescher wins the battle off from pit road. Joey Logano, Bubba Wallace. Next, Brad Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, and Josh Berry, your front 5. Fuel only, and this takes all strategy out of this stage. They can make it to the end of stage number 2. Brad Gilly.
Fuel only on my end of pit road for Josh Berry and Austin Cindric. Right now, Ty Gibbs is in. They're actually doing a 4-tire service on his car. William Byron back in right now. They've got some front-end repairs. Byron said there were no rubs on his race car, so that's a good thing. And Martin Truex Jr., I mentioned he had some right rear suspension damage. They appear to have that fixed, and they have sent him back out.
Carson Hocevar pitted on lap number 40. We are working lap number 63. Hocevar did not pit. He's the only driver that did not pit. He's the race leader. Bubba Wallace should be second. We'll recap that when they cycle around. We got cars all the way around this racetrack. Let's go back and revisit the cars that were involved, and then we're going to get Rusty. You're going to break it all down for us based on what you saw. Cars involved in the accident are Alex Hayden.
Well, some former fashion, Corey LaJoie, Denny Hamlin, Noah Gragson, John Hunter Nemechek, Ross Chastain, William Byron, Austin Hill, Kyle Larson, Eric Jones, Alex Bowman, Daniel Hemrick involved, Martin Truex Jr., Chase Elliott, and Ty Gibbs. The last count that I came up with, Rusty Wallace, you've had multiple opportunities and different angles via virtue of NASCAR TV to see exactly what happened. What do you see?
Yeah, I looked at several replays, no doubt about that. And for whatever reason, the number 1 car, Ross Chastain, lost his momentum while he was in the middle lane coming down the straightaway there. And he just looked like he throttled back. When that happened, Noah Gragson was right there, hit him, had to get real close to him, didn't hit him, but he even got out of the gas. But what happened then is a 7 car, Corey LaJoie, got into the back of Noah Gragson because of the number 1 slowing down, and that started the entire melee. It was just a chain reaction when the number 1 car of Chastain had to throttle back, guys.
All right. Thank you, Rusty. Carson Hocevar, by the way, has just pitted. So we mentioned he stayed on the racetrack. He has now come to pit road. Where do you want to start? We do have a damaged vehicle policy clock running on Ryan Preece.
It's run out. Ryan Preece will officially be out of the race by rule with the damaged vehicle policy clock has expired.
All right, so we'll get back under the green flag. We got cleanup to do, we got cars to rebuild, and we got a race to run right now. 64 laps complete.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sound effects, but you got the idea. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
Gotta be fresh.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. To show you how easy it is to file a claim with Geico, we hired a scary movie victim.
Oh no, a tree fell on my car, and there's only one thing to do. Trip over my own feet and pull myself across the lawn while yelling help at a barely audible volume.
Sorry to interrupt, but you filed a claim with Geico, so you've got a designated claims team to help you.
This Geico sounds suspiciously reassuring. Are you sure I don't end up getting surprised with an unexpected twist?
Just that your Geico team will always be there to keep you updated.
No!
What is it?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't see that coming.
Geico. Great service without all the drama.
From Daytona International Speedway, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Relive the thrills of over 50 years of NASCAR racing with the Motor Racing Network's classic race.
36th Annual Southern 500. They come down to the start-finish line. Bill Elliott and David Pearson get down.
We dig into the MRN audio vault for unforgettable races and moments.
Dale Jarrett's got the lead. Earnhardt's not going to get him. Dale Jarrett is going to win the Daytona 500.
Available on MRN.com and podcast platform.
Alan Kulwicki out of turn number 4, the new Winston Cup champion. He does it across the line.
MRN Classic Races.
Keep up with all of the action during the 2024 NASCAR season with NASCAR Today.
William Byron has won the Daytona 500.
Every weekday throughout the season, we'll bring you the latest news and insights.
At that point, I already had in my mind, okay, we can really win this.
As we count down the days to championship weekend in Phoenix.
It's surreal still. I can't believe I'm in this position.
I'm Chase Elliott. Listen to NASCAR Today every weekday right here on the Motor Racing Network.
Playoff Standings have been turned upside down, and I don't think we're done yet. Let's get you right down to the care center. Alan Cavana.
Noah Gregson out, checked to the care center. First of all, how are you after that incident?
Yeah, I'm good. Just I haven't seen what happened yet, but we kind of struggled at the beginning of the race, just with the front bouncing, and then made adjustments after the first pit stop, and felt like we had we had the bottom line rolling, and we were up to maybe the top 10, top 15 on the bottom line. I got up to the middle, and I was behind the one. He looked real darty, real squirrely, and so I was trying to bail out of there and get out, and then I just haven't seen what happened yet, but I was trying to get out of that line, and I don't know if I got ran over or what the case was, but once I see it, I'll know more. But if it was my fault, I want to apologize to the other guys, but I don't really know yet, so just a bummer.
All right, Noah Gregson breaking it down.
He does. A tough break there for Gregson. Green flag goes back in the air. Through the gearbox they go one more time. Chris Buescher has a trunk full of Joey Logano in the outside lane. Downstairs, it's Brad Keselowski.
Buescher will take full advantage of that push from Joey Logano. He will take the lead. Logano follows him around on the outside. He goes to second spot. Brad Keselowski thinking about maybe wedging his way up in line in position number 3, and he will.
Will do exactly that. 3 cars out in front now, led by Chris Buescher. You got Logano and Keselowski there. The fourth to break free is Bubba Wallace. Now they're side by side for 5th.
They are side by side for 5th as Austin Cindric puts it outside of Josh Berry, but your top 4 have chosen the outside lane, led by Chris Buescher, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and Bubba Wallace.
At the moment, the field broken apart more than we have seen all night. That may change shortly. Back to the care center, Alan.
Denny Hamlin just walked out of the care center. I know you haven't had a chance to see it, but from your windshield, what happened?
I'm not really sure. Everyone was saving gas there, so I didn't think anyone was really being too aggressive. But obviously, first thing I saw was 7 got turned in front of me.
All right, Denny Hamlin out and all clear after that wreck.
Yeah, tough break as the Advent Health Care Center is a very busy place right now after the multi-car crash over there on the Daytona Super Stretch. We are back under the green flag as we work our way back into turn number 3. Chris Buescher continues to be the race leader.
And right now they are snuggled up against the outside safer barrier, nose to tail among the top 15. Then we get back to some 2-wide racing. Dave, maybe that wreck on the back straightaway has sent a message to the drivers?
Yeah, I think maybe they found religion, at least for a little bit here, Jeff. They've all kind of, as you said, huddled up topside next to that safer barrier, about 3/4 of the field. There still is a line, Mike Bagley, down low, but they're way back outside the top 15.
Yeah, matter of fact, it's a 16-car single-file breakaway, and they're at the top of the racetrack. It is double wide, but it's all the way at the tail end of the field as Chris Buescher leads them back to the corner.
It's Chris Buescher, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and Bubba Wallace. Austin Cindric up there as well as, again, everybody starting to tick down the energy meter here and start to ride off the 4.
They do as they make their way back to the line. We go back to the Advent Health Care Center where Chase Elliott has emerged.
Chase Elliott drove his car to the garage and was able to walk to the care center and get checked out. I know you haven't seen it. It didn't feel overly aggressive. It seemed. What happened from your perspective?
Yeah, I honestly have no idea. I just think everybody was kind of playing games. No one wanted to lead, and just puts everybody in a tough spot. So yeah, we were all just kind of stacked up there. Somebody was switching lanes, it looked like, and it got out of shape. So bummer. Just so early in the race, just would like to have an opportunity to get a little deeper into it and see where things shook out. But we've been pretty lucky these last few trips down here, so it was unfortunate, and we'll try to be really good next week and hopefully get back in it.
Chase Elliott had a streak going of finishing every race. That streak over early tonight.
Yeah, I'll add to that, Alan. He, in the first 24 races, has completed every single lap but one, and that is a Cup Series record through 24 races. Well, that's going to end here tonight. He was talking about nobody wanting to lead, and that's if you're out front, you're burning fuel.
That's exactly it, Jeff. Nobody wants to lead because everybody's trying to save fuel. So if you're the lead car, you're the one that's pushing the hole in the air and using more fuel, Rusty Wallace. Unusual. to be at Daytona and nobody wants to lead the race.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. When I heard that before the race, that there was some strategy by crew chiefs that they were going to try that and try to save fuel, so when they come down pit road, it won't take as long to fuel the car. I thought, man, that's crazy. When you start doing stuff like that, running 5 and 10 miles an hour off the pace, you can cause a wreck. And we saw what just happened. And that's what Chase Elliott was talking about. They're up there playing games. I didn't like what was going on, he says, and the big wreck happened.
Right now, they are running among the top 10. They are nose to tail. Now they're double file behind them. And again, we shake it up and start moving to the front. And other drivers are dropping to the tail. Why don't we tell you who's moving and losing? Presented by Craftsman. Take advantage of special deals now at Ace Hardware. Visit Craftsman.com.
Since the restart on lap number 65, the biggest movers so far have been Christopher Bell. He's gained 14 positions along with John Hunter Nemechek. He too is up 14 spots. Ty Gibbs has gained 10 positions. Kyle Busch and Shane Van Gisbergen have gained 7 spots. That's the moving side of it. The losing side of it, Tyler Reddick has lost 22 positions since the drop of the green flag on the restart. Austin Hill's lost 17 spots, and Josh Berry has lost 14 positions.
Working lap number 72, it's Chris Buescher out front over Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski. Bubba Wallace has settled in line in 4th, and Austin Cindric at the moment is 5th. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Motor Racing Network. Welcome to the Motor Racing Network's live coverage of the Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona. And yes, that's Daytona International Speedway. We're working lap number 72. We've already had 23 different lead changes alone at the start-finish line. Bubba Wallace and Todd Gilliland go 1-2 at the line on the last lap. My name is Jeff Striegel. Alongside is Alex Hayden and Rusty Wallace. We're topside. Outside turn 2, it is Dave Moody. At the end of the back straightaway, Mike Bagley. Outside turn 4, it's Chris Wilner. On pit road, Steve Post, Brad Gilley, and Alan Cavana.
All the cars that were involved in the incident that were able to continue in the race have met the minimum speed, so the damaged vehicle policy clock has been turned off on those wrecked race cars that are able to continue on. Right now, let's take a look at the leaderboard, and it's brought to you by Liberty University. Since 1971, Liberty has been training champions for Christ, like William Byron. Visit liberty.edu/24 to learn more.
Here's how it changes. Bubba Wallace came across the line as the race leader. As he works off turn number 2, he's back to 5th. But at the line, at the moment, lap 74, it was Bubba Wallace, Todd Gilliland, Michael McDowell, Joey Logano, and Chris Buescher, top 5. Brad Keselowski, Austin Cindric, Harrison Burton, 8, 9, Ryan Blaney, and 10, Josh Berry.
It's going to shuffle up again. The top 3 aren't even the same as what you just read there, but that's a race here at Daytona International Speedway. They come by the line. We'll give you now how they are from 11th on back. How about Bubba Wallace is now 11th, Brad Keselowski 12th, Christopher Bell 13th, Michael McDowell is 14th, and William Byron 15th. Chris Buescher is 16th, and Cody Ware is 17th. Harrison Burton 18th, Zane Smith 19th, and Josh Berry is 20th.
Half of those drivers were in the top 10 when I said it. Then they were in 11 through 20 when you did it. Right now, 21st, John Hunter Nemechek, BJ McLeod, 22nd, Shane Van Gisbergen, 23rd, followed by Austin Dillon, Austin Hill, Daniel Hemrick, Chase Briscoe, Carson Hocevar, 28th, 29th, Parker Retzloff, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is 30th.
31st, and the last car currently on the lead lap is Joey Gase. 32nd, 1 lap down, Alex Bowman. 33rd, 1 lap down, that's Ross Chastain. 34th, 2 laps down, is Martin Truex Jr. 35th, 9 laps down, is Corey LaJoie. From 36th on back, out of the race, 36th tonight will be Chase Elliott. 37th, Noah Gragson. 38th, Denny Hamlin. 39th, Ryan Preece, and 40th will be Daniel Suarez.
How about a couple of winning get-ins? Justin Haley running in position number 5. Eric Jones right now running in position number 6, and he's no stranger to running up front here at Daytona. Talking about Eric Jones.
Yeah, he's won the Coke Zero Sugar 400 in his career, and he started at the back of the field. Had some sort of a mechanical gremlin yesterday during qualifying and did not get a qualifying lap. Therefore, he started dead last in the 40th spot. And Dave Moody, here comes that Dollar General Toyota for Eric Jones.
He's got it on the move. There's no question about that. He's going to the top of the racetrack. Going to run side by side now with Austin Cindric. That's the battle for second place. Eric Jones, Kyle Larson now to the outside lane.
Kyle Larson right now along in that wheel-to-wheel battle. Ryan Blaney gets turned just for a moment. He was headed for the infield. Make that Austin Cindric.